I've chosen to speak about something that's very important, that's very hard for all of us, and it's saying goodbye. When my daughter Jules died, I remember making a mental list in my head of everyone I knew. I was compelled to call everyone on that list within the first few days, if not the first. I was on autopilot and suffering from shock. I remember the hardest phone call was to her sister. She was visiting family in Hawaii that Thanksgiving in 2016 with a 2-hour time difference. And as I waited for her to answer the phone at 3 a.m. her time, the mere seconds seemed like hours until finally I heard her voice on the other end. Looking back now, I think I wanted to get it out of the way and be done with the dreaded phone calls of having to make to all my family and friends. However, I knew I had to do it. After all, I was her mom. But it was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. As hard as it was emotionally, it allowed me the allotted time to grieve, and it was under my terms. I didn't want to be surprised later when I wasn't emotionally prepared to deal with the casual conversations about Jules' well-being. This endorsed me to take back the control in a situation when all my control had been taken away from me. This is so important for all of us who have lost someone to suicide. As humans, we are used to having control over our decisions and our choices in life, but suicide takes that away from us. It leaves us empty and confused, asking questions like, where do we go from now? Who am I without them? And why did this have to happen? But suicide doesn't define who we are or who they were. I remember Jules by her beautiful smile and her kind eyes. The amazing energy surrounding her when she walked into a room, the people that gravitated towards her, seeking her out for advice and acceptance. It was almost as if she recharged our empty souls, making us feel alive. As her mom and someone who is honored to have known her, I'm so grateful for the 14 years I got to spend with her, to know her, to love her, and to have loved her. I won't lie and say that I'm satisfied with the time. I'm not. But her spirit continues to live on through us, through me, her sister, her friends, and her family. This is the most important piece of her that she left with us, wanting us to remember the good times and who she was. They don't want us to live our lives missing them. They want us to find peace, no matter what it may be. I finally come to my part of the grieving process where I want to live. I want to live for my daughters. I want to live for Jules, and this is what she would have wanted for me. Our loved ones who we have lost have meaning. They existed, just like we exist. Some days I sit in a room wondering why this happened to my family, as I'm sure all of you have done on more than one occasion. And I've concluded that this is our best defense to save our own sanity by living life for them, through them, and in honor to them. That's the best way to keep their memory and their spirit alive. We will never forget them, and we don't have to because we are still here and we are living for them. So, when people ask me if my daughter's death has changed me, my answer is yes, absolutely. She has taught me to love not only others, but also to love myself, and that's because she loved me. She loved me in life, and she continues to love me in spirit. Thank you.